the guru of Squad 00, the assassin like no other. Yes, I'm the best at what I do. One of the most notorious in YouTube anime and manga community. Don't doubt the infamy, please. Just don't do it. Unexpected Wonder with another no Souma discussion. What is this? Yes, that's right. I'm back. Shokugeki no Souma. On the Game of Thrones status? What? I will explain. Now, before, let me first present this. Because some people get the concept misconstrued, as I always do. That because I am critical, understand, I am a critic on this channel. We talk about the pros and the cons, the positive and the flaws. Doesn't matter whether I like a series or not. Okay? Yes, the series is entertaining. It is. It has some very positive aspects to it. Some very good ones to it. But it also has its flaws, and y'all know I come in hard on the flaws. It's as simple as that. I call them out where they are. But in this specific topic, I was thinking, before I read last week's chapter, and I said I was going to do a post, but screw that. Too much material to talk about. It was, I don't know, 141, 142, whatever. When Yukihiro Souma challenges Fake Aizen, however the hell you say his name. Okay, we know who Fake Aizen is. Okay, this dude think he pulling strings and manipulating, please. Been seen this 1,000 times. Okay, in fiction, this dude they trying to paint this dude as such a villain. This dude low. I ain't gonna say he ain't a player, but he ain't a big player. He ain't no he ain't no little finger. Okay, if you know Game of Thrones, he ain't no top dog. You got some other top dogs. You got Nikiri Azami as a true antagonist right now. You got the first seat. You got a few other ones. Okay, that are some real heavy hitters. And again, I haven't read the most recent chapter, 142, 143, whatever the chapter is. I think it's 143. Okay, I still got to read that. But anyways, what do I mean when I say it's on the Game of Thrones status? Now, it's by no means gotten to the level of politics of Game of Thrones, okay? Which is pretty much based upon, more or less, and played out phenomenally, exquisitely, beautifully, gorgeously, however you want to say, Machiavelli's classic, the masterpiece that is The Prince. It plays it out beautifully. It ain't got it nowhere near that level of politics, not even close. I'm not just talking about government, like the politics, interpersonal, social relationships that go on in the Game of Thrones is on some other level. What I'm talking about here is more so along the lines of the houses, okay, in comparison to the Game of Thrones, and how they play out, and the lines that are being drawn, and what's being shaped at this particular junction point in the series, okay? Now, if you know the Game of Thrones, you know that there are 7 major houses. You got House Stark, House Lannister, House Targaryen, House Baratheon, House Greyjoy, I think it's House Martell, the one in Dorne, and I forget at this current point the other house. It barely comes into play as far as I can remember. I remember the major ones, and I know the 5 major ones. But there are also lesser houses that are either alongside or under these major houses. I mean, you got House Tyrell. Was it House Tully? I think that was Sam's folk. You know, the friend of in the Night's Watch of Jon Snow. Okay, and there's other houses as well, like Ranley's house. His house. It's coming up and trying to make a play. And it's kind of, if you know, let's just say, One Piece and Naruto, I'll use for example, to make it clear if you're not too familiar or it's confusing for you in the Game of Thrones. In One Piece, in the New World, you have these alliances, whether they're, you know, these powerful pirates that come alongside or serve under these different pirate crews that come along, that come along and serve under, yeah, they could be powerful. These various big time pirates. I mean, you like guys like the Yonko, guys like Straw Hat Monkey D. Luffy and the Straw Hat Pirates. And there's other ones. You see these come alongside and they come in support. They're independent, so to say, but they're minor in the game. You know what I'm saying? when you comes to Naruto, you have, let's say you got the 5 great villages, okay, and as well as other villages as well. Well, they make up in these various nations, like the Fire Nation. And no, I'm not referencing Avatar: The Last Airbender. I know that will be where some people's minds go, but they're villages within the greater nation. You understand what I'm saying? There's feudal lords and whatever else Kishimoto decided to use. Now, with that being said, there are not 7 houses, if you want to call them that, in no Souma at this particular moment. Now, there could be divisions, schisms, and all that kind of jazz that later comes on the series, depending on what the mangaka wants to take the series. Because as I mentioned in a previous discussion video, I'm pretty sure, I talked about either that or a review, I can't remember. But I talked about in the previous video how there has been like 5, 6 paradigm shifts, okay, so far in the series of Shokugeki no Souma. Now, currently here are the houses. Now, this may confuse some people because they'll hear me throw out names and they're like, why isn't this person aligned with this and that? I'll hopefully explain that and simplify it. Because just because you have a last name or seemingly this, you have ties to one, does not mean that's where your allegiance and your full capacity falls with another. Just like in the Game of Thrones, where there's marriages, where there's plays, you know, people be aligning with people. Alliances happen. It's kind of like in the show Survivor, where you got alliances. That doesn't mean where you truly lie. Okay, that doesn't mean where your chips truly fall on the table, where your cards are at. Okay. The 4 major houses in no Souma currently are obviously Tootsuki Academy. And people are like, oh, that's a big shock. It's more complicated than that, trust me. Tootsuki Academy is not simply the school itself. It's where the power lies. We're talking about power here, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking about balance of power. And that seems to be a theme that's being pushed currently. Okay, with the whole attempted eradication of Polar Star Dorm. Now, again, how I know, because it reminds me of One Piece, and one of the 3 main themes in One Piece is balance of power. So we got that kind of going on. You have Tootsuki Academy. You have the Nakiri family. Now, the Nakiri family, you'll be like, whoa, you know, they're intermingled. Yes. But they're their own separate powerhouse. I know the Nakiri family will go, yeah, but it's the truth. The Nakiri family is making plays. Steady making plays. I mean, the fact that the director is a Nakiri, the fact that the Nakiri blood runs deep in Tootsuki Academy, the fact that Nakiri Arena is the big dog in there. I mean, she's a freshman, for crying out loud, that got put as a first seed. I mean, not as a first seed, part of the Elite 10, excuse me. Been hyped up. Nakiri Alice. I mean, they stay referencing their footprints in their fingerprints, the strings are all over the place. I mean, look at Nakiri Azami just came up in the game, okay? You got the Nakiri family. You have, of course, the Elite 10. That's without question. The Elite 10 pretty much runs the school. They were able to oust the director. They have that much power. They have seemingly unlimited resources. I don't think I need to really break that down too much. Why, they're definitely a house, a major house, I should say. And you have the Polar Star Dorm. The Polar Star Dorm is a massive threat. Now, of course, I'll get more in depth with each of these. But the Polar Star Dorm is a massive threat. It's its own independent complex. It's autonomous. It's on the grounds of Tootsuki Academy. But it runs. I mean, you see what Satoshi's bringing to the table. It does its own thing. So these are the 4 houses. Now, who all lies within each of these houses? It's very interesting. Under the Tootsuki Academy, of course, you got Nakiri Azami at this point. He is the head. He's the director of Tootsuki Academy. Yes, he's a Nakiri. Kind of. But it doesn't matter, because he aligned himself with Tootsuki Academy. Even though he aligned himself, he full-blown, in-depth immersed himself, I should say. He aligned himself with the Elite 10 in order to immerse himself into Tootsuki Academy. Under Tootsuki Academy, you have people like Hayama Akira and Jun. They belong under Tootsuki Academy. Now, they're doing their own thing. But despite the Spice King, Spice Prince, whatever you want to call him, he's in there. I think you would have to do people like Akumi. I think she would be under the Tootsuki Academy, because you can't say, it's like, let me put it this way, you can't say even though she's aligned with Souma, you can't put her in the Polar Storm. You know, she's obviously not Elite 10, and she's, you know, she doesn't really rock with the Nakiri family to that degree, okay? And the list goes on and on, but I think you get the general sense. Most people are under the major house, the ruling house, which is Tootsuki Academy. Even though the other houses are major houses, Tootsuki Academy is the academy. It is the main branch, it's the main house, where the power lies, if you will. Okay. These other ones are kind of fighting for their place at the top, with their own sway. But Tootsuki Academy is the basis of it all. It's the nexus. Okay, it's the central gear in this whole cog. Because without Tootsuki Academy, without the, you know, its whole thing, the setup, even the whole Shokugeki factor was set up and it just conducted because of Tootsuki Academy. And then the, you know, even though the outer people such as what's his name right now? Shinomiya, you know, Jinchiro, the Pax, as I like to affectionately call him, and other factors, Jin Dojima, and the list goes on and on. There are other factors and plays, okay, that are big time, that could come back into the game, just like Nakiri Azami did. So, since all those points could come back in the game, even though they align with different factors, it's all connected to Tootsuki Academy, if you get my point. Moving on. Talking about the Nakiri family. Now, for a while, you know, it was Nakiri Arena that seemed to be running it. Now it seems to be because she's gone in hiding, gone, you know, in the refuge. Nakiri Alice seems to be the head right now at the specific moment. But of course, you got Hisako up under there. And probably a few other ones that are not coming to the top of my mind. But those are the three major players under the Nakiri family at the specific moment. And they're massive threats. Arena's in the top, in the Elite 10. Alice is, y'all know Alice. Come on now. She comes from family money. But not only that, her cooking, her position in the series, she is a major player. And I'll get to the players later. She is a massive threat. She can go where she goes, waves follow. This is a reality. Even though she lost in the item election, doesn't matter. She's a massive threat in this game, in the game of power. She can make big plays, and it could change the entire complexion of the series. That's how big of a threat she is. Then Hisako, she's the glue. She knows too much. And Kurikiba, of course. How can I forget Mad Dog? Mad Dog's part of House Nakiri as well. Okay, these players. House Nakiri is dangerous. Not as dangerous as the other houses, but it's dangerous because of the amount of resource and potential that it has in a more immediate fact. Now, obviously, the biggest player besides Tootsuki Academy are the Elite 10. The Elite 10, and I've said this from the beginning of the series when I heard it. How do you give so much power into 10 individuals, especially students? How do you put that much power into their hands? It's too much. They throw off the entire system of balance. And it allows for them to make plays like they're making now. It is ridiculous how powerful and how lethal it is. Of course, you know, you got the 10 elite, but Arena's not up in there. So it's like, you know who else is not up in there? Satoshi. Okay, he is part of the Polar Star. He's actually the leader of the Polar Star. Kuga is in there for now. Kuga is a big wild card. Again, I'll get to the players in a bit. But Kuga is very interesting. We know we got the 6. We got, you know, first seed. T, because like his name Sue something. I'm not too good with it. But you know, you got Rindo, you got Fake Eyes, and you got I'm trying to think of other people. But you know, you had the 6, definitely their core. You had Arena kind of out there, Kuga and whatever, and the other one. But the Elite 10 are making plays constantly. Okay, they run the game. They seemingly for now are the biggest threat in this entire thing, because they could easily take it over. They could potentially take out the power of Tootsuki Academy as the leading house. That's kind of the play that they're making right now. And it'd be very interesting to see who out of there either breaks the bonds or who goes for the power itself. It'd be very interesting to see what each of the individuals of the Elite 10 do. And that's the problem. You have 10 individuals, well, really more, 6 to 8 individuals who we don't know, most of which we don't really know what their mindset or goals are in this specific game. So that in of itself is a very interesting inquiry. Now, to the Polar Star Dome. The Polar Star Dome, in the long run, is the greatest threat in this entire game. Okay? Satoshi, as I mentioned, is the leader. Of course, you got Yukihiro Souma, you got Shun, and you got others. You got a variety of cooking styles. That in of itself is key in this whole fact. Skilled chefs, okay, Megumi and whatnot, is a dark horse. Souma, y'all know Souma is a massive threat. I mean, shoot, Satoshi. Where's Satoshi? You feel me? We don't know. Dude just disappears. He is a real Uehara, a real mastermind kind of dude. And this dude may come back and just completely change the game forever. This dude may shut down and just throw out the game and present a new one. Possibly. Satoshi is massively dangerous. Massive threat beyond belief. We don't know what this dude is capable of. Yeah, he's aligned himself with the Elite 10. But he's been doing his own thing since his first introduction to the series. And of course you got Fumio and you know whatever. So those are the 4 houses. Now, who are all the players? There's a lot of them. Some to a lesser degree, some to a greater degree. Some have big potential, some are immediate players right now. Of course, you got Nakiri Azami, Underhouse, Tootsuki. You got Akira, Underhouse Tootsuki. House Tootsuki. Okay, those are the 2 big ones on the houses. You got one who's in rule right now, and one dude who's potentially he can screw up the entire, like Hayama's potential. He's one of the big ones to look out for, and the fact we haven't seen him in a little while is a key sign in this fact. Oh, and of course, I can't fail to mention the Aldini brothers. The Aldini brothers are big time too. Of course, Nakiri Arena. Now, Arena. Her influence seems to be waning under House Nakiri. She's a player. She's part of the Elite 10. But you know where she falls. I've been thinking eventually either her and or Souma aren't going to graduate. I just been thinking that for the longest. I need more facts to be able to validate it, but it'll be interesting to see where it goes. Of course, Alice, I already mentioned, she is a phenomenal threat in this entire thing. I don't think she'll be top, if it comes down to Elite 10, I don't think she'll be top 3, because I think that still goes the first seed to Hayama, the second to Souma, the third to Mad Dog. But I think Alice will be, let's see, I think Satoshi 4th, Alice 5th or 6th or something like that. But Alice could sway a lot of people. She's got that kind of charisma. Okay, so think of it like that. Of course, you got Souma, Satoshi under House Polestar. I shouldn't even really need to talk about them, because anyone who's observant recognizes their kind of threat. You got the first seed under the Elite 10. You got Kuga. Kuga's a big one. He's such a wild card. If the Elite 10 alienates him, he can just completely flip them the whole thing on its head. Fake eyes, and I think Satoshi's right now, honestly, the most dangerous person in this game. Rendo's a huge, massive threat. I think is a second seat, that one chick with the glasses. She's a potential threat. But yeah, there's various threats. Now, where do they lie? I think of Rendo like Cersei Lannister. Yeah, she's not a villain, but she just does what she wants for her own game and to protect her own game and to protect those she cares about, those she decides to see achieve something greater, whatever else. Let's see. I think of Fake Eyes and trying to be Littlefinger. Okay, he trying to be. Ain't quite that. He ain't on that level because he's too obvious, but he's trying to be Littlefinger. I think of, let's see, Hayama. Who would Hayama be? I'm trying to think of all. I think of Arena as Sansa Stark, definitely. I'd have to go through all of them and see. Some people, they don't fit certain positions, but I'm just giving you all the general sense. Maybe you can come up on your own if you have enough knowledge of the Game of Thrones as to the kind of characters. I think y'all can figure out where I'm going with this. This video's long enough. Unexpected one, like, comment, subscribe. Tell me your thoughts on this whole factor. Tell me your thoughts on this subject. I'm pretty sure I'm about the only one that comes up with these kind of crazy out there kind of situation. But this is where I see the game. Politics, ladies and gentlemen. People don't want to talk. It's not government. It's the social interactions. It's us. Politics are us. It's the social interactions between two or more people. Okay? And right now, I see the divisions as clear. How this all will play out, it'll be quite interesting to see. I am intrigued to see where the manga could take this. Alright, y'all. Have a beautiful day, beautiful night. Peace.